Welcome to Academic Gain Tutorials. In this video, we will look into the differences between tax invoice and retail invoice. Invoices are an important instrument used in day-to-day operations of the business which acts as an evidence of the transaction. In general, there are two types of invoices, tax invoice and retail invoice. Tax invoice may be understood as the invoice issued by one registered vendor to another during sales. Conversely, a retail invoice, also known as sale invoice, is issued. The sale is made to the final consumer. The main purpose of issuing tax invoice is to avail input tax credit. On the other hand, the retail invoice is issued with a name of requesting the customer to make payment for the goods delivered or services provided to him or her. So, let's look into the basic differences between tax invoice and retail invoice in a tabular form. Difference number 1. Tax invoice implies an invoice prepared and issued by the registered dealer to the purchaser to show the amount of tax payable. As against this, the retail invoice is an invoice prepared and issued by the seller to the buyer showing the amount due to him against the goods sold. Number 2. Tax invoice is capable of availing input tax credit or credit on inputs, that is, tax already paid at the time of purchase, as opposed to the retail invoice, which is simply the request for payment. Number 3. When goods are sold with the purpose of resale, tax invoice is issued, whereas, when the goods are sold to the final consumer, retail invoice is issued. Number 4. Tax invoice contains tax identification number of both purchaser and seller, but retail invoice contains the tax identification number of the seller only. And difference number 5. Tax invoice is prepared in triplicate, wherein the original and duplicate copies remain with the purchaser and seller takes the third copy. On the contrary, the retail invoice is prepared in duplicate,